Hey guys, I have one more X-Men character Marvel Legends review. This is, of course, Professor Charles Xavier. How could I do X-Men reviews without covering the leader of the X-Men? Had to, so this is it. It's actually a pretty decent figure. It's not a great figure, but it's pretty good. We're going to separate him from his chair just to cover the review. I'll talk about the chair first. It's pretty decent. It's based more on the movie than the comics. The whole figure is, but it's not the movie version, and it's not exactly the same as the movie. It's just similar. Unfortunately, they didn't do the. It's in the comics. I'm sorry. It's not based on the cartoon. If I said comics, I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Not the one from the Jim Lee cartoon in the '90s, which would have been awesome with the gold hover chair thing. But this one's still not bad. It's got some nice detail. You've got the padding there, some detail on the forearms, or whatever you call those, the armrests. The wheels do spin. It's got wheels down there, too. I don't know why. I guess just to stabilize it, maybe? I don't know. And wheels down there. Foot pegs for the feet, pegs for his back to hold him in place nicely, so that's a nice touch. The wheels are not rubber. Not that it really matters, but he also comes with a Cerebro Helmet, which is kind of like a mix from the cartoon and the movie. I don't think it's exactly from either of them. Not sure though. I'd have to check on that. It does fit on his head pretty well. It also pretty easily scratches the figure, so I don't tend to put it on there too much, and it looks pretty goofy. So leave it on his lap or something, I guess. I don't know. Alright, the head sculpt. Again, it's not exactly from the movie or from the comic, but it's a pretty good version of Xavier, nice and bald. So that's pretty much all you need. He does have a suit. The coat part is a separate piece. Everything else is solid. Paintwork on it's pretty good. The tie stripes a little bit off, but they are there. Buttons are painted. He has like a simulated ball joint shoulder. It basically has all the same articulation. The bicep swivel is really ugly, but it's there. Get it into focus. Double jointed elbow, which is okay. Not too ugly. He's got buttons on the coat there, a wrist hinge, and a finger hinge. Basically, you're just going to have him sitting still, so it doesn't really matter what the articulation is, but I figured I'd cover it anyway. He has a waist twist. He has standard ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knee, shin pivot or hinge, or what's that called? Swivel. Jeez. Cut joint, whatever you want to call that. Ankle rocker, which is funny because he's never going to be any poses, but they gave him an ankle rocker, which some of the better figures don't have. And a toe pivot and an ankle pivot. So he's got basically all the articulation you could want and all the articulation you will never use because he's crippled. Anyway, he fits into the chair fairly well. If I can do this looking in the camera. Can't really see what I'm doing, but we'll get it done. Alright, so once he snaps in, he fits perfectly. You can get the feet on the pegs down there if you want to. I usually don't bother, but you can. It's not like he's going anywhere. So put him on the chair. He fits fairly well. And then put Cerebro on his lap. And it's a nice display figure. Not necessarily an action figure in the traditional sense, but it is technically. So Professor X, you have to have him. If you have X-Men figures, you need him, obviously. I prefer this one way better than the movie version. I don't like that one at all, so I would definitely pick this one. And they're pretty cheap usually. Even though it's Professor X, it's not the best figure. So people usually let it go for a good price. So try to pick it up. Like I said, you can't not have Professor X, so there's not really an opinion here. You just need to have it. So there you go. I'm starting to go crazy from all these reviews. I have one more to do. It's not X-Men related. Then I'm done for the day. So look for that, and thanks for watching, and keep collecting.